Well, here we go, guys. Let's start with the Crescent. Now, I picked these up for under 40 bucks. I think they were $35 or something like that on Amazon. Now, the kid loves black tools. He likes tools with a black oxide finish. He's young. I guess he's into that type of stuff. He liked those old Husky spline drives that I had, so I figure maybe we'll switch out or upgrade some of his wrenches to these if he makes it past Christmas without losing anything. But anyway, I've had my eye on these for quite a while. You know, not that I need them, I have so many wrenches. These have kind of an interesting looking open-end feature, I guess an off-corner loading, which is nice. The box end doesn't have a whole lot of lead in. It's got a little bit, but plenty of teeth in there to grab onto a bolt, and it's punched fairly on center. Not too thick, not too thin. Beam's a little narrower, but it's plenty stiff. Now, what I don't like about these is they're not stamped anywhere. They could have stamped the size up here in this little bare part of the open end. It's not stamped anywhere. It's just laser etched. So if that's something that you watch out for, you might not like it. The rack takes up a lot of space, but you know, it locks pretty positive, and you could hang that on a pegboard. And these would do pretty well. Now, the thing I really liked about this set, and I wish it would have gone higher, is it goes down to 1/4 inch. You can see that off-corner loading in there even on the little guy, if I can get it to focus. You got your 1/4, your 5/16, no 11/32, which is fine. And then all the way up to 3/4. There's your 3/4. You can really see that feature. Looks like she'd bite pretty good on the open end. I don't know. We may give it a shot. We may just give them up. We'll see. Hell, we may keep these and give him the Huskies if I think I like them better, but I kind of like having one set of spline drives around. And these are just your regular old 12-point. Anyway, for the price, this is not a bad wrench set. If you're looking for something, if you like black oxide tools, if you want a set to hang up in your garage, you know, sacrificial or beater or whatnot, or you're just not looking to spend a lot of money, this is not a bad set. You know, kind of impressed with that one. And we'll move on. Now, here we go. The thing that impressed me the most about this set was the little tool wallet. The way these things open up. Now, a lot of people compare these to the Facom or Facom 440s or the Mac Precision Torque. What entered my mind when I first pulled one out was Milwaukee. Very similar to the Milwaukees, but I guess they are a direct copy of that Facom and the Mac Precision Torque. Now, I know that this is a short wrench and the Mac is a long wrench, so they're definitely not the same, though they might and probably do come out of the same factory overseas. They've got a pretty deep boxed end on them. Not too much chamfer, but a good solid lead in. Not a lot of meat around that boxed end, but I'd say these are probably made out of pretty good material. Now, this was 79 something. It was a little over 80 bucks a set after tax. That's raised in there, Craftsman. And kind of funny on the open end. It is stamped on both sides. You got your laser etched part number in there. This is a very nice wrench. It feels good in your hand. The Milwaukee seems to have a little wider beam. I kind of like the little wider beam, but I'm sure this will grow on me. And for the money, this is a damn fine wrench. You know, I think they hit a home run with these things. They're quite a bit different than what we're used to, you know, in the old raised panel Craftsman or even the pre-raised panels. I'd really like to have a set of double open and long pattern double box if I could find them for the old Craftsman V Series or old USA. But that's something to look for on eBay. But the way they lock into this little wallet here, I mean, that's genius. You know? One thing about this wrench, it is featureless, okay? They don't have any teeth or anything on the open end. The bigger they get, the better they feel in your hand. Now, this one is a beauty because it goes all the way down to your 1/4 inch, which is a big seller for me, okay? I don't like to stop at 3/8. I like to go at least to 5/16 or down to 1/4 when I get a set. It's actually not terribly thick. It's a little thicker than I like, but it's not terrible. So it goes all the way down to 1/4 inch, and that, boy, that really locks in there. And then it goes up to 15/16, which is just fine. I mean, it's not that often you need a 1 inch, and if you need a 1 inch, you're probably grabbing the impact wrench in an impact socket. I haven't looked to see if larger sizes are available, if there's an add-on set or some individuals you can buy. I'm sure you can get them in the Facom line, but, you know, for 79 bucks, this is a damn fine set of wrenches. They're just beautifully made. And the bigger they get, the better they feel in your hand. You know, the jury's still out. We got to use them for a while and see. You know, we're going to rotate some stuff out in the old black tool cart at work and take some of that Astro stuff out of there. It's definitely proven itself, and we're going to replace the ratchets with some Williams, replace our impact sockets with either some gray or some Sun-X, and see how we like those for a while. Maybe we'll swap out the old Tekton wrenches for something a little more exciting. I don't know. Tell me what you'd like to see in there. And we'll take some video of it in action. But there's the Craftsman V Series wrench set, and I don't regret buying that at all. That's a pretty set. What I do kind of regret buying, and I hate to say this, and not everybody's going to agree with me, I was not necessarily happy with this set here. Now, just look at the packaging. I mean, that's cheesy cardboard. It's got schmutz on it. But we got the set of Flex Head V Series ratchets. They are big. Well, at least this one's big. That's the 1/2 inch drive. She's a big boy. Now, I will say that the 1/2 inch does feel good in your hand. The comfort grip is kind of square. They give you some thumb knurling there. The head is massive. I'm sure they get that from Mac. There's some stiffness to the flex. I'm sure that'll loosen up over time, but I do kind of like that, and it doesn't bother me. What bothers me about these is they're not serviceable. And why would you make a $179 ratchet set for 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 and make them non-serviceable? I know somebody a while back did find a way to take one of these apart, found out there is no ring under here. I guess there's no O-ring under the back. but so don't submerge these. They don't feel that good. Now, I believe that's because of the pawl design. I don't know. But they just don't feel that nice when they ratchet. There's some stiffness there. This is a good tool. I mean, this half-inch ratchet is fine. It's long. This will bust some stuff loose, I'm sure. We'll set that up there for now. Here's your go-to, your 3/8. You kind of get the same deal. The ratchet head is beefy. I mean, it's nice and thick. Turns a little nicer than the half, but still, it's gritty. I mean, maybe that'll wear in over time, but there's no way to get in there and grease it or oil it aside from just, you know, I guess you could squirt some oil around the selector switch and kind of coax it in there. That might help. Maybe put a few drops of super lube in there and see what it does. But the handle on the 3/8 is just not big enough for my paws here. You know, I mean, I don't necessarily have giant lunch boxes, but I've got a, you know, decent sized hand, and this handle is just not big enough. Maybe it's just down here where it tapers down. They give you this palm swell. I mean, I can appreciate that, but it's just too narrow down here. It should actually fatten up down there, I think. I mean, it's very pretty, and it looks pretty robust. I mean, I'd say you're probably going to have trouble breaking this thing as long as you don't abuse it, and I tend to not abuse my tools. If I feel like I'm overstressing something, I'll go get the next size drive, get a breaker bar, a wrench and an extender that I feel is expendable or something like that. But I'd rate this as okay, but I'm not thrilled with it. For the money, I don't think so. I'm not happy with that. And the 1/4 inch, I love 1/4 inch ratchets. I love my little guys. Again, you've got a head here on the 1/4 that's about the size of most 3/8 heads. That handle's a joke. And what is that? What is that supposed to do? I mean, I do like the little knurling down there, but what purpose does it serve? It's too small. Especially down here. I don't know if there's even any metal to support that in there. And again, that's a lot of back drag. It's not very smooth. So the minute that thing breaks loose and starts threading out, I mean, you got your fingers on the socket. So my advice, if you like these ratchets, if you decide to purchase these and you want to use them, get a spinner with a big head on it so that you can hold that while you wrench, or try and use them with a deep socket where you can get some purchase on that with your fingers, because that is not going to ratchet very well if you got a fastener that fits nice in the hole, you know. Yeah, I'm sorry, and I'm sure I'm going to get flamed for this, but I am not a fan. This is not something I'm particularly happy with, and I'm sure somebody will love these, and I know the kid's looking for some ratchets. We're going to do a review on the kid's tool set here pretty quick one day this week, and we'll show you what's going on there. But his Cousin Quinn ratchets are absolute garbage. We gave him some old Titans, which are also garbage. Maybe it's time to step him up to something a little nicer. And I hate to say this, I'm going to get flamed for this. This is an awful thing to say, but over these, I would take a Pittsburgh Professional Comfort Grip. I know they're not as strong. I know they're not as nice, but they got very little back drag. They're positive. I would definitely pick Proto over these. An old snowshoe Proto ratchet would suit me just fine. I don't hate these. I definitely don't hate them, but I don't like them. I don't think they went the right direction in their features. I mean, this should be on a kid's toy ratchet here. They're pretty. They're pretty as all get out. I don't know if I just had high expectations when I ordered them. Maybe it's the price that's bugging me. I don't care what I spend on tools, you know, as long as they're good tools. The biggest letdown here is that they're not serviceable. You know, the toothpick handle on the proto ratchets, the snowshoe, that's the OG comfort grip. You just slip a piece of heater hose over that and you fixed the problem. This, I don't know if there's a way to fix that. Wrap it with some tape, lop this off and slide something else over the end. I don't know. Or just live with it, which is what I'll do. And I'll use them and I'll see, you know, if they loosen up. We'll give them a shot. Now, going with your core tool set in mind, I decided if I was going to look at the Craftsman stuff, I'd get ratchets, wrenches, and screwdrivers. Sockets, you know, a socket's a socket. Everybody's got a little bit different take, a little bit different angle on that. But when I looked at the V Series screwdrivers, they were you know, a Facom knockoff, and I knew I wouldn't like the handle. I wasn't going to spend the money on them. But I did eyeball this set. It was inexpensive, and I grabbed it because it reminded me of, you know, a Matco Top Torque and a WIA all at the same time. And that's a design I really like. Now, if you look at this head, it's actually a tri-lobe. Looks like it might be, you know, it's either a very good knockoff and it's Chinese, or they borrowed this head from WIT and that texture here from WIA. This is a nice screwdriver. It fits the hand really well. What we have here is a blade of the same, I don't know, material or workmanship or what you would call it, but these blades remind me a lot of the old acetate handle screwdrivers. So your pry bars are going to be brittle. Don't use them as pry bars. That nice tip is going to break right off. Your Phillips, you know, those old acetate ones, they held up pretty good. You had to work pretty hard to mangle one of those. So that's not that bad as long as you don't abuse them. If you smack these things with a hammer or use them as a chisel, they're done. But that handle does feel really good in the hand, and for, what, 30 bucks for a 14-piece kit, you know, you can't beat that. And they do have the top slot there. That's so you can take another screwdriver and get some leverage on that guy. These I was impressed with. The V Series I just couldn't stomach. Now this is a good set. It was $29.99. You get, as Mr. Clay would say, you get 7 pry bars. Excuse me. You get 8 pry bars, and you get 6 Phillips screwdrivers. So that would be 8 flat tips, including your stubbies. And 6 Phillips, including your stubbies, which is, I don't know if that's a letdown or not. I mean, I guess you can never have enough pry bars, right? But even your little guy, that's a nice head on there. You got some purchase on there, and no matter how you're going to use it, you're going to get some purchase. You're going to get some grip. That's got kind of a pebbled texture there, and a smooth, sticky texture right there, and then that red there is hard rubber, or hard plastic, excuse me. No overmold wherever it's red. That's not a bad looking piece. Not terrible. Looks like it could have used a little deburr job. Jesus, that'll cut you. But for 29 bucks, like I said, guys, I think they took the acetate screwdriver blades and stuffed them in these kind of wet knockoff handles. I like what they did here. That's very Euro. And they made these, and I definitely prefer these to the V Series. So I guess the wrenches are a win. Those Crescent wrenches ain't bad. We're definitely going to keep our eye on those. We're going to use those and see how they do. The ratchets, not so much. And what do you say? I mean, the inexpensive screwdriver set beats out the V Series. And now that's just my opinion. Now, somebody more educated or more open-minded than me might have tried those V Series screwdrivers or the Facums and really, really liked them. You know, I may get flamed. I don't know. I don't care. So we will keep an open mind about that. I wasn't throwing any money at it. It was enough to buy the ratchets. But that's today's review. Now I've got a tool haul coming up real quick from Mr. Joe, and we're going to talk about sets, big sets, 3/8 sets. That's going to be coming up in the next day or two. Also, we've got the rest of those little snap-on double box wrenches. We're going to start cleaning those up and take a look at the set. See what we got for under 100 bucks. So please remember to hit like and subscribe, and thanks everybody for watching.